For the Friendship Tigers in their road red uniforms tonight, their alternates. Start number 2, Ashlyn Cadell. She's a junior standing at 5'8", averaging 5 points per game, but coming off of a 12-point performance last time these two teams met. Number 5, Macy Maddox, the point guard and the anchor for this team. She's a junior standing in at 5'8", averages 10 points per game, and really good in the assist category as well, as she averages 5.8 in district games. Number 20, Ashton Beal. She's a senior at 5'6", one of 3 seniors in the starting lineup. Number 34, Addison Wilson, a senior at 5'11", averaging 7.4 points per contest, as is Aubrey Godfrey, the final starter, wearing number 42, and she's a senior at 5'10". For the Midland Lee Lady Rebels, it will be number 0, Gabriela Martinez. She's a senior. Number 5, Salma Trejo. He is a junior. Number 2, Addie Hall. She's a senior. Number 13, Jocelyn Bent. She is a senior as well. And number 10, Braden Hill, also a senior. So all seniors in the, or excuse me, 1 junior and 4 seniors in the starting lineup.
I believe they may just be starting 4 players tonight.
There you go. So they've got 5 starters listed, but we're expecting to see 4, as this is a bit of an interesting game tonight. We saw some different warm-ups for Midland Lee.
Heavy hearts probably for the Midland Lee faithful tonight. They are honoring their seniors, and that includes Essence Glover, who collapsed and died during a basketball practice in September. They plan on starting the 4 seniors only, no 5th player to honor her. And there you go. Just a really cool gesture.
Yeah.
Obviously devastating. Just a devastating situation.
Absolutely. So it's been a tough season for Midland Lee, but fighting through it. And they are a team that's been somewhat successful this year. Actually, quite successful. The 3rd place team in the district right now. 20-14 overall, 6-3 this year. Friendship, of course, has that district championship. 28-4, as no one tips it. And Addison Wilson tips it to Midland Lee to start the game. They've got an Essence chance to start the game. And a timeout called by Midland Lee to get the 5th starter into the game. Friendship bench clapping, as is Midland Lee, here to start this one off. A nice gesture, unique, sad, and neat to see all at the same time.
Yeah, very, very cool.
The Friendship Tigers, flirting with a lot of different school records as they enter tonight's contest. Macy Maddox a chance at getting her assist record that she set a season ago. Yeah. Before that, it was 163 by Rosie Yanis that stood for 29 years.
Yeah.
And Maddox broke that last year and is 8 away from breaking it. Tigers are guaranteed 1 playoff game as well.
She's got to be close as well. I know she's just a junior, but maybe career minutes played.
She's getting up there, starting since her freshman season. Midland Lee comes out of the timeout with the basketball. Now we are underway with real action. Ball into the hands of Hill, kicked out and dumped down low. And turn and put it up and in with a scoop shot. That is Paige Lowe with the first bucket of the night. Back comes Friendship. Beals on the opposite side. Maddox, and crossed it to Ashlyn Cadell. Tigers with the ball. 7:18 to go, trailing by 2. Cadell back to Beals, into the short corner, working against the zone. Skip pass out wide to Maddox. The drive and a kick out to Beals. Beals takes it, pulls up, jumper from the baseline, no good. And back comes Midland Lee.
Really good patient offense by Friendship, just couldn't get the shot to fall.
A patient first possession for Friendship that doesn't end up in points. Lee leads it 2-0 minute into this one. Hill calls out the play. Finds Lowe on the pick and roll. Lowe gets a shot blocked, though, down low by Aubrey Godfrey, and back comes Friendship. Maddox gets it to Cadell in the corner. Cadell once again Going down low to Godfrey. Nice seal. Puts it up and in over the backside help defense. And Godfrey scores the first bucket of the night for the Tigers. It's 2-2.
Great seal by Godfrey. She had low up top.
And whistle and a timeout called. Actually, they said she stepped out of bounds on the sideline.
Okay.
Apologize. So first turnover of the night.
Volleyball court as well, so a lot of lines.
There are plenty of lines there. Cadell gets it to the corner. That's Beals, and swung back around to the opposite side. Cadell has it on the left wing. Aubrey Godfrey kick out straight away. And back to Cadell for three on the left wing. No good. Rebound snatched out of the air by Braden Hill. Hill led the way for these two teams, or for Midland Lee in the first meeting between these two teams as she throws it out of bounds. Second turnover against the Rebels. But Hill had 18 points in the first meeting between these two squads. We've been used to playing these games down here in Midland at Midland College, but that contract has expired, so this is the first time Friendship has played a game in this gym since these two are district opponents. Left wing, Beals puts up a three. That's off the mark. Cadell comes down with a long rebound and back out to Maddox. Short corner, Addison Wilson skips the pass across. Corner three on the way for Beals. In and out, no good. Godfrey tips the rebound out to Wilson. Back to Cadell. Wilson with the long two. That's too strong. Godfrey comes away with it again, puts it back up and in. Aubrey Godfrey with a hustle play, and she's got four, all four for the Tigers.
If shots aren't falling, the best thing you can do is rebound it when they don't go in.
It's working. 4-2. Tigers with the advantage. 5:06 to play in the first. Hill brings the ball up with the Lady Rebels. A crossover move, a scoop shot underneath, a little bit wild by Martinez, and she can't get it to go. One and done rebound for Friendship. Back come the Tigers. Maddox swings it around to Cadell and back into the short corner. It's Wilson. Skip pass out top to to Maddox, guarded by Martinez. Maddox will take the three from the left wing, just off the mark, and it clanks off the iron, out of bounds. Tigers a little cold from the outside to start this game, but
getting good looks though. None of the threes have really been contested. This Midland Lee 2-3 zone has completely collapsed every time they've gotten the ball into Wilson in the short corner. So that'll be something to watch moving forward.
Checking in for the Lady Rebels, it's Haley Perkins, the junior, and Mylea Young, the freshman. Into the high post, it's Paige Lowe. She is wearing Essence Glover's number, by the way, tonight, 42. Normally wears 34. Lowe gets it down low, turnaround jumper, good for Paige Lowe. Nice looking shot there. And it's tied at 4. Friendship looking to run quickly after the made basket. But nothing happening. Into the high post, Wilson turns, takes it, scoop shot up and in off the window for Addison Wilson as she just went where the defense wasn't. And puts the Tigers back out in front.
High post, short corner, that's where you kill a 2-3 zone.
Now Destiny Stanford, who's just checked into the game, on the left wing, gets it down low. Perkins turns around, can't get it to go against a contested block shot. Wilson with a good defense there. Maddox coming back the other direction, finds Cadell in the corner. Cadell walks the ball back out top and resets the offense. Left wing, Beals. Back to Cadell. It's a 2-3 zone by Midland Lee. Friendship's trying to stretch out. A skip pass across to Beals. Beals back out to Cadell. Tigers very patient in the offensive set. Not taking any bad shots. Beals from the corner. Back to the top, Maddox, and Cadell gets an open look for three from the left wing. Good for Ashlyn Cadell. Cadell, a sharpshooter for the Tigers on the season. She hits 41% of her threes.
My kind of player too, because 118 of her shots.
She misses this one off of a steal.
So now 120 of her shots come from three.
She loves to put it up. Godfrey gets a good look down low, but can't get the contested two to go. Back comes Stanford and Midland Lee. Lots of contact, no whistle though. And a jump ball off the rebound.
Yeah, Cadell has taken 148 shots all year coming into this game, 118 from behind the arc. So
your kind of play.
Yeah, she, and Cassandra Awat checking into the game.
Awat has been out for an extended period of time, really since the Tascosa game back in Amarillo about 3 weeks ago, a little more than 3 weeks ago. So Awatt with her first action since then with a high ankle sprain. Good to see her back in time for the playoffs. 9-4, Tigers lead. Now a high entry pass going down to the low block from Cadell to Godfrey. She gets it knocked away. A dangerous pass there, but Tigers will maintain possession.
Yeah, and you need to make that entry. It's hard to make an entry pass down low to the 2-3 zone from the top. To work it to the sides.
Now Awatt to the corner. It's Maddox. Back to Awatt. At Awatt, remember, the Tigers have had this success in district play without her, and she averages 14.7 points per game. Awatt is the catalyst for the offense much of the early season.
Yeah, best player on the team that went to the regional semifinals last year.
Maddox drives in, steps through, puts it up with a good opportunity, but she gets clipped on the way to the bucket and a foul call. Lacey Maddox will shoot the first free throws of the game for Friendship. Maddox on the season is a 75% shooter.
And this is the first, I believe.
She does, and the second one on the way is off the mark. Well off the mark, but Washington comes away with a rebound and throws it off the leg of Lorendana Fungi. Another freshman.
Really good play by Washington there. She went across the paint, got the board, and then threw it off Fungi's leg.
Maddox to the corner for Cadell. Tigers getting lots of extra possessions in the early going here. Friendship leads 9-4, 147 to play. Right wing, Washington finds Awatt cutting in the lane. Layup good with the foul. Cassandra Awatt will get a chance at an and one on her first shot back. Awatt picking up where she left off.
Friendship always so good at inbounds plays. That was an extensive one. It lasted about 20 seconds off the inbounds pass, but they get a back cut with the screen on the two backside low post defenders on the 2-3 zone. A great pass from Washington, a good finish. Cassandra Awatt.
Awatt's free throw on the way is good. As she completes the old-fashioned three-point play. Tigers by 8 now. Friendship immediately goes into their press, as they usually do. Rebels break it this time. Young gets it swung around to the opposite side. Driving baseline and a hard foul. Hill will go to the line for free throws. It was Godfrey that was the guilty party for the foul.
That's how Midland Lee broke the press and got it on the left wing and quickly whipped it around to the right side, and then Friendship's defense was out of position.
First team foul against the Tigers tonight. 2 so far against Midland Lee. The first free throw on the way is off the mark.
Not a bad foul.
Missed by Braden Hill. 5 on the floor for the Tigers. Cadell, Rendon, Awatt, Washington, and Godfrey. Rendon just checked into the game for Macy Maddox. Second free throw up, and that one's too strong off back iron. Friendship comes away with the long rebound. So 2 misses at the stripe for Braden Hill. Tigers won the first meeting between these two teams 69-30. This is a team in Midland Lee that just beat Tascosa by 10 less than a week ago. That's the Tascosa team that took Friendship to 4 overtimes in Wolford. Godfrey catches it down low, turnaround jumper off the mark, a decent look, but couldn't get it to go. Back come the Lady Rebels with a minute to play in the first. Tigers lead by 8 at 12-4. Right wing into the hands of Trejo. He swung around. Perkins gets it to Stanford. Down low, Perkins trying to get it to Perkins, but Godfrey deflects it out of bounds. Good hustle play by the senior. Aubrey Godfrey leads this team in double-doubles this season. She's had 5 double-doubles. Cassandra Awatt, who's been out, has had 4 this season. Into the corner, a 3 on the way for Stanford goes through.
Yeah, miscommunication there. No one covered out on the shooter.
Stanford was wide open. Rendon trying to find Washington, gets the pass deflected and stolen away by Midland Lee. Corner three again going up, and this time Hill can't hit it, but an offensive board for Fungi. Hill gets it, scoop shot underneath, that's off the mark. Paige Lowe with the offensive board. Her putback is missed, but Fungi gets it to go on a third opportunity. And all of a sudden, it's a three-point game at 12-9 with 7 seconds left. Tigers break the press this time. Rendon, 2 seconds left. Awat didn't see the time, and she puts up the three that goes straight through, but it doesn't count as they did not realize the time. So Midland Lee finishes the quarter on a 5-0 run. It's 12-9 Friendship. We'll head to the second. You're listening to Tigers basketball on Double T 97.3.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Zach Logston, I'm Choice Woodman. This is Friendship Tigers basketball on Double T 97.3. Tigers leading at 12-9 as we start the second quarter. Midland Lee starting with the basketball. On the left wing, it's Braden Hill. Straight away, Fungi, the freshman. Gets it to Stanford. Paige Lowe swung around once again. Strong drive to the baseline, and Braden Hill puts it up with the right hand on the left side. Hill gets her first bucket of the night. And it's back to a one-point game. Friendship was just ahead by 8. And Midland Lee on a 7-0 run. Rendon gets it up the court, but it's a 10-second violation as Friendship couldn't get it across. Might have been a bit quick on the 10 seconds there, but
The end of the first quarter, Maddox, Cadell, and Godfrey come out. Friendship stops rebounding, and they immediately Midland Lee goes into a press and has had a lot of success with it so far. Maddox checks back in.
Maddox checks back in. Corrine Whitaker also in the game. Washington, Aaron Gayden with her first action, and Sandra Awat in the game as well. A wild three put up, and it's air ball. Awat comes down with a rebound.
It's a really good rebound by Awat.
The Tigers, Maddox driving in. No one stopped her. Washington back out to Awat for three. Left it short. And Lowe comes out with a long rebound. It's a one-on-one in transition. Paige Lowe puts it up with the left hand and some contact. She gets it to go through. Lowe has 6. And Midland Lee has the lead at 13-12. Awat throws a bad pass, and it's stolen away. Third turnover of the night for the Tigers. Stanford got away with the travel, misses the shot. Fungi is there for the cleanup duty, and a timeout called by Coach Trent Gilliard as Midland Lee leads it 15-12. The Rebels are on an 11-0 run against the Tigers right now.
Yeah, that time Awat gets kind of trapped right before the half-court line and throws a cross-court pass to Maddox, but Maddox was never really open.
No.
Stanford was in the way the whole time.
It's kind of a panic throw there.
Yeah, a little bit. Friendship needs to calm it down just a little bit. And
of course, Friendship has qualified for the playoffs. We've talked about that. They are the district champions, the outright district champions in this district for the first time since 2004. But they've qualified for the playoffs for the 17th consecutive season. It's the fourth outright district championship in school history. There haven't been that many of those. So impressive there. Several co-championships, yes. But the outright title is what's the most impressive, because this is a tough district to play in, as we're seeing right here tonight. Tigers, of course, a state-ranked team. Number 17 currently by TABC, number 25 by TGCA, and number 7 by Max Preps. Lots of, obviously this game doesn't matter towards playoffs at all, but there's several records that could still fall, including most wins in a season.
yeah, not to mention, you don't really go into the playoffs on back-to-back.
Now Tigers do break the press this time. Beals gets it to Maddox. And Maddox guarded 45 feet away from the basket. Now down low, Corrine Whitaker goes up the right hand and going over the left shoulder, gets it through off the window. Corrine Whitaker, who only averages 1.4 a game, she's played a little bit more in the last couple games than normal. The senior getting some opportunity. Now out top, Braden Hill. Hill guarded by Beals. Now they switch off. Stanford. Trejo has it. They're doing a weave at the top. Beals guarded by Hill. Dumps it off down low. Fungi with a strong move. Can't get it to go. Gets their putbacks partially blocked by Diamond Washington. And a couple of prime opportunities fizzled out by Midland Lee. Tigers with a chance to take the lead once again. It's 15-14, 5:20 to play in the first half. They find Awat cutting in the paint. Turns with a bit of a wild hook shot. And that one won't go through. Trejo in transition, step through, up with the right hand and in for Salma Trejo. And now a steal by Paige Lowe. Lowe driving strong to the cup, scoops it up on the reverse layup. An impressive shot by Paige Lowe. And another steal by the Lady Rebels. Hill going in underneath, can't get it to go with the left hand. Awat trying to track down the rebound. And a timeout called by Midland Lee as they lead it now 19-14. Midland Lee had 3 first-quarter turnovers. They haven't turned it over since. And Friendship now has 6 turnovers in the game, 5 of which have come in the second quarter.
Every pass right now for Friendship is about 40 feet long. You can't do that. And Midland Lee is reading every one. They have Hill playing back. She's too quick for all that. But even you get, Paige Lowe, who's not just the fleetest of foot, but she can run through them if they're in the air for that long. You got to get shorter passes. You got to get cuts up the middle. Yep. And because I think, once Friendship gets it in, they can either score quickly or, their half-court offense has been pretty successful. They've got a lot of good looks. Not all of them have gone in, but if they get past half-court, they're winning the game.
There's 2 general keys to breaking a zone press, and that's 1, get the ball in the middle, and 2,
don't throw long passes.
Don't throw long passes. Don't dribble a whole lot. And Friendship is playing into what Midland Lee wants them to do in the press. Out of the timeout, Lee with the basketball, a chance to extend their 5-point lead. Braden Hill to Salma Trejo. Trejo back out to Hill. Nothing happening. Hill guarded by Macy Maddox, the junior. Hill down low to Lowe, and great backside help for Godfrey. Goes out of bounds. Looked like off of Godfrey, but instead, Friendship will have the basketball back. A turnover on Midland Lee.
You're saving grace against Hill. She's not a very good three-point shooter. If she could shoot, I don't know exactly what you would do against her.
Right side, Beals, skip pass across to Maddox. She had a 3, but passed up on it. Maddox goes down low. Another steal by Godfrey. Layup good for Aubrey Godfrey. Godfrey with 6 points tonight to lead the Tigers, and it's 19-16. Friendship once again in the press. They throw over the top to Perkins and then get it back to Hill to walk into the offense. 3:50 to go in the first half. Midland Lee leading Friendship 19-16. Hill carries the basketball. It was about as obvious as it gets, though she goes palms up and doesn't know what she did wrong. But they don't call the carry really anymore unless it's very obvious, and that one fell into that category.
I mean, yeah, she kind of put it in the backpack and walked around with it for a little bit.
3:43 to go here in the first half. Tigers trail by 3 with the basketball. Beals, a skip pass across. Awat down low to Godfrey. Godfrey puts it up over Fungi and gets it to go through. Aubrey Godfrey has a 5'10" frame, but never plays like it. Maddox deflects the ball, but doesn't come away with the steal.
Godfrey's really great at creating space and then falling away from it.
Yes, she is. 19-18. Lady Rebels with the basketball. Braden Hill into the paint. A little Euro step, but shot looked like it was partially blocked by Friendship. Back come the Tigers in transition. Awat, right wing. Now kick out to Maddox. They'll reset the offense. Tigers trail by 1. Just under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Wilson, right wing, Maddox, as Coach Hilliard barks out the play. They'll reset it into the short corner. It's Godfrey, who's collapsed on, and they call a travel on Aubrey Godfrey. A very quick first half so far because we've had 3 fouls called. Quite the rarity, but this has been kind of an MO for Friendship basketball lately. We just have had a lot of games where you don't get a lot of fouls called.
Yeah.
It's actually nice. It's a nice change of pace. Now, Midland Lee breaks the press, getting it to Trejo. Backs into the corner. It's a deflection off of a trap. Now will open up Stanford for a wide open 3. That's off the mark. Offensive board comes down to Riley Lowe. 3 on the way for Trejo, and it's good. Off of the offensive rebound, so second chance points. Maddox throws it up the court towards Wilson, but it's deflected. Wilson had a layup if that one got by the defender.
That's just one of those passes where it's just a little bit more air under it. Yep. Maddox baseball fastballed it in there, and if she gets just a little bit more air in there, it was a long time. I mean, it was a long
very
pass.
long. We're talking 3/4 court pass.
Offensive rebounds just turn into second chance points.
Maddox inbounds it to Godfrey, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Godfrey for using her butt. That's a tough one to go against you. It didn't look like she was hooking at all. Godfrey was just essentially boxing out.
2 on Godfrey.
There's 2 team fouls against Friendship, and Godfrey has them both.
At one point, she had all the points too. So
she's got 8 right now.
I guess one of those things. Maybe once you establish position, just keep that position. Don't continue to, because she had locked her up to the 3-point line almost.
He's sealed. Right wing, it's Lowe, the younger Lowe, freshman. Riley Lowe. Left wing, Stanford back across to Lowe, who thinks about 3. Instead, throws it away. Beals comes away with almost a steal. Now Lowe travels with it as she trips over Beals' body on the loose ball.
I'm going to give them 1 turnover for that possession, but I think it could have been 3.
It's the 6th turnover of the night for Midland Lee. 22-18. Rebels leading it over the Tigers. $1:44 to go in the first half. Maddox from the right wing, down low, trying to force it into Diamond Washington, and a turnover. 9. As Lee steals it away. Down low, Paige Lowe turns, gets around the defense, does everything but get the layup to go through. Beals comes away with it, and she's hacked by Paige Lowe. We can't believe it, but that's one where that's just a frustration foul. You got to get back on that one. But it's not like fouling has been a problem.
She's made so many crazy scoop shots under the basket.
Yeah.
Just not a lot of stuff that you would be like, yeah, that's sustainable. So maybe that's a little bit of a bounce back.
Maybe so. That was Lowe's first foul of the game, just the 3rd team foul on Midland Lee. 1:20 to go. Tigers trail by 4. Maddox to Beals. Beals drives in, gets it down low to Diamond Washington. Layup missed. Addison Wilson offensive board. Putback goes through for Wilson.
Great find by Beals.
Absolutely. And a good cleanup play by Addison Wilson. Down low, Fungi in transition. A 3-on-2 for Midland Lee. They can't convert out of it, but a jump ball on the rebound as Diamond Washington came away with it. It's tied up with Fungi. So 57 seconds left. Chance for the Tigers to tie or take the lead. Well, one of the seniors, Alyssa Mesquias, back into the game. She hasn't had a lot of playing time this year. Up the court, Maddox throws a wild pass, and it's over the head of Cadell. Or not sure if that was intended for Mesquias or Cadell. Either way, it goes out of bounds off of Friendship.
It's 10 turnovers now in the first half.
A bit sloppy, not exactly what we're used to seeing from this Friendship team. 40 seconds left. Lee may be content to hold for a final shot. Mesquias guarding Stanford. Tigers do have fouls to give.
A lot.
Yeah, quite a few. 4 to be exact.
Oh, wow.
Now a steal by Macy Maddox. Left-hand layup good in transition for Macy Maddox. Her first bucket of the night.
And maybe the easiest steal layup.
Now Paige Lowe goes over and back. Her foot, she caught it with 2 feet over the half-court line and then just tiptoed 1 toe over the half-court line going back the other direction. So another turnover on Midland Lee, and a costly one as the Tigers can take the lead going into the locker room. We're tied up 22-22, 12 seconds to go Maddox walks it across. Now into the high post. It's Wilson. Wilson steps back with a dribble. Back out to Maddox. Maddox drives baseline, throws up a wild shot, and Lowe comes down with a rebound on the air ball. That is the end of the first half, but Tigers do go on a little mini run to end the half to tie it back up at 22 apiece. Midland Lee and Friendship all knotted up after one complete half of play. Stay with us. We'll add up some numbers. Be back with a halftime show and the halftime scoring in just a few moments. You're listening to Friendship Tigers Basketball on Double T 97.3.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you.
You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Oh, listen now. Can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun? Whoa. 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 Can you feel the sun?
And we're back here at Midland Lee High School. He's Zach Loxton. I'm Choice Woodman. This is Friendship Tigers Basketball on Double T 97.3. All knotted up, 22-22. Zach, I'll let you give us some first half stats for both teams.
Yeah, Paige Lowe and Aubrey Godfrey leading all scorers, 8 apiece. For the rest of the Rebels, we got Fungi. How do you say that first name, Loredana? She's got 4 points. She also has 7 rebounds. You got Selma Trejo with 5 points, a big 3 there to end the half. Braden Hill has just 2, feels like more. Destiny Stanford has 3. That's it for the Rebels. Then you have, as I said, Godfrey with 8 leading the Tigers. 4 for Addison Wilson, 3 each for Ashlyn Caudell, A-Watt, and then 2 apiece for Macy Maddox and Corinne Whitaker. Choice, it was a tale almost of 3 runs, basically. So you get Friendship starting off the game up 12-4, and then at the end of the first quarter, Coach Hilliard takes out Macy Maddox, Ashlyn Caudell, and Aubrey Godfrey. And Friendship at that point was leading in rebounds 8-3, was leading the game 12-4. Well, they start turning the ball over. Midland Lee starts rebounding the Tigers by a lot. And they go on an 11-0 run. And then to end the half, Friendship kind of goes on a, I think a 6-2 run. So you kind of, those 3 runs are kind of the story of the game. And they were brand new ball game, as they say, tied up at half.
Absolutely, it's been a close one throughout. You never know what to expect in this district, and again, we talked about it. Friendship doesn't have anything truly to play for tonight except for playoff momentum. Midland Lee is still technically jockeying for playoff position. Depends what happens with Tascosa tonight and that sort of thing, but Midland Lee could be a second in this district depending on a finish. So they are very much playing for something tonight. Motivation factors in, but Friendship right there. Doesn't look like there's any lack of effort. Just seems like lack of execution a little bit tonight.
And early in the game, you know, Friendship was really dominating and had a lot of really good shots. I think Midland Lee went away from the 2-3 zone into a Baylor-esque amoeba zone. At times it looks like a 3-2, looks like a 1-3-1 on a bunch of different things. But Friendship getting good shots, they just weren't falling. If that could change in the second half, and they could, you know, extend it out to 10 points or more.
We'll pause one more time. Once again, Friendship 22, Midland Lee 22. We're tied up at the half. We'll be back with second half action momentarily. You're listening to Friendship Tigers basketball on Double T 97.3.
Maria, so how's work?
It was fourth period biology. Our students just weren't getting how easily viruses spread. So Miss Bell and I had them role play a zombie virus outbreak. By the time they had all learned the lesson, all the living were dead. Hey, how's your job going?
That big sales meeting I planned? Next year, I might get to go.
Cool.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But here's the thing. Can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Can one piece of paper really tell you my whole story? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or how anytime there was an opportunity, I was the first one to step up. Because I wasn't gonna let my life, my circumstances dictate who I was gonna become. And all of that determination, the commitment, the drive, that's me. And that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume, discover new ways to develop great talent, like me.
About to get that Duke money. And we're back here at Midland Lee High School alongside Zach Logston. I'm Choice Woodman. You got Friendship Tigers basketball, the front end of our doubleheader in action right now here on Double T 97.3. And we are tied up, getting set to start the second half. Friendship 22, Midland Lee 22. The Lee Lady Rebels will start with the ball. 5 on the floor for Friendship. The 5 starters: Cadell, Wilson, Godfrey, Beals, and Maddox. Lowe, Perkins, Stanford, Hill, and Young, the 5 on the floor for Midland Lee. A quick pass inside, and Paige Lowe can't get the turnaround jumper to go through, so a quick possession for Midland Lee. Ball back into the hands of the Friendship Tigers. Godfrey catches it on the right wing. She's playing with 2 fouls. Wilson guarded very tightly by Hill, well away from the basket. Maddox out top, Beals. Great rotation defense by Midland Lee. Down low, Maddox kick out to Wilson, who thought about 3 but opted away from it. Tigers reset, showing some patience on offense. Bell moves the ball to the left wing, a high screen from Godfrey. Beals to the left wing now, down low. Godfrey one-on-one mismatch, turnaround jumper. She can't get it to go. It was a good look, but off the mark. Back comes Midland Lee, looking to kind of run. Stanford kicks it out to Hill, runs the point, back to Stanford on the right wing, down low. Paige Hill loses it out of bounds. I think it was deflected by Maddox initially. I believe 8th turnover of the night.
Like a 9.
9th turnover of the night for Midland Lee. Out top, Cadell, wide open 3, good for Ashlyn Cadell. They forgot to guard her.
She forgot to think about it for a while.
Yeah, she wasn't planning on taking it, but it was one of those, well, I'm so wide open, I got to.
If you've taken 90% of your shots from out there.
Stanford drives baseline, puts it up with the right hand, too strong. Rebound come away, it's Maddox. And here comes Friendship, a 3-on-2. Transition 3 for Cadell. Shoo, it went halfway down and popped out. Thought that was going to go through. That one,
you see, a 3 go in, which I don't even know if they maybe made 1 the entirety of the first half.
I think Cadell was the only one. Now down low off the inbound. Godfrey gets it, loses it, and turns around, tosses up a shot. She thought there was contact, but no whistle.
It needs to go towards the basket as opposed to away from it. She may get that call.
25-22, 5:50 to play in the third. Right wing, it's Stanford. High screen. Swung around, and now down low. Low gets it again, deflected, and a jump ball. Great hustle play by Maddox to get on the floor for that one.
Yeah, she stripped it, and then it was the first one to it on the floor. So, really good play by a player that's not a senior.
Tigers. It feels like it. It's like having another senior for you.
No.
They're getting a question on the jump ball.
Yeah, well,
Midland Lee started with the ball, so they never switched the possession arrow.
Never a jump ball.
The officials get together and get it right. So they just had the arrow pointing in the wrong direction.
Easy call. Think about if this happens, like 6 minutes from now.
Yeah, it's a little more difficult.
Like, was there a jump ball?
But since we're pretty fresh in this half, it's pretty easy to dissect and figure out. But there hasn't been a jump ball since then. Friendship gets the ball. And now Cadell up the court to Maddox. A good look in transition, scoops it, but a really tough foul. He got impeded quite a bit. She'll get free throws out of it. Braden Hill with the foul. Hill picks up her first.
Yeah, it was a strong foul by Hill. She was just like, you're not getting anything.
Got her money's worth out of it. And Maddox, very uncharacteristic at the free throw line. Just missed her 3rd straight free throw tonight.
A little frustration.
75% shooter on the year. Next one on the way is perfect. She was so frustrated she got it to go through that time. Ball inbounds to Low, and now Midland Lee breaking the Friendship press with ease again. Stanford takes it coast to coast and gets fouled on the way up.
Low that time had Hill. I mean, basically the same play that Stanford made, but I don't know if I'm Midland Lee, I'd probably want the ball going to Hill there on the breakaway.
Stanford and Hill both can score the basketball, but Hill a little bit more prolific. First free throw up and in and out and back out. Wow. Unlucky break at the rim. Home rim's not friendly to Destiny Stanford
Well,
on
you
that
play
one.
at like 7 different gyms in 4 years.
Free throw on the way is good this time for Destiny Stanford. It's back to a 1-possession game at 26-23 Friendship. 5:25 to play. Midland Lee pressing once again, a zone trapping press. Now Cadell into the high post after the break. Love the press. Maddox has it on the left wing and dribbles back out top. Calling out the play. Gets it to the right corner. Godfrey. Driving with the left hand into the paint. Pull-up jumper good. A tough shot for Aubrey Godfrey, but she gets it to go. And she's the first Tiger into double figures with 10.
Really short jumps.
Sage Low just got away with the travel, but she threw it away anyway to Beals, who pulls up from the free throw line and knocks down the jumper. Ashton Beals with her first bucket of the night, and the Tigers prompt a timeout from Midland Lee. Friendship leads at 30-23.
Sorry about that. May have to give Paige Lowe an assist on that one. She just threw it right to Ashton Beals. The possession before. Oh, wait, no. I had a point. Now I forgot it. That's not great.
It's okay.
What happened? No, Godfrey, yeah, driving across the left side, takes like a mini jump stop And like Lowe flew right by her thinking she was going to take, the full jump stop. I don't know if it was intentional, but it was awesome.
What's so impressive about Godfrey is she's 5'10", playing with players that are much taller than her most of the time at the 5 position. She still finds a way to get it up and over those players most of the time.
She's so good at creating space and then falling away. Now sometimes she falls away over smaller players when she doesn't need to, but for the most part, you get someone like Paige Lowe who probably has 3 or 4 inches on off her Godfrey, but you couldn't tell by watching this game so far.
Friendship leads at 30-23. Midland Lee will have the basketball going up against Friendship press out of the timeout.
Thank you for letting me sit in that forgetfulness for a second.
Just laughing at it. .451 to play in the third. Tigers by 7. Friendship showing press. Of course, Friendship has 2 different levels of press. One much tighter than the other. This is the looser version of the zone press, where they trap at midcourt, and then a deflection by Wilson. She can't come away with a steal, but Godfrey almost comes away with it. It's a jump ball, though.
And as we know, this one's going to go to Midland Lee.
Yes, we're quite certain of that. Lee with the possession arrow, but good hustle by Friendship once again off of some deflections.
Wilson deflected the ball at half court, and it just kind of stood there for a second before Braden Hill was able to pick it up.
Inbound goes to Braden Hill, who drives baseline, throws it, and it's stolen away by Macy Maddox on the skip pass. In transition, Beals, layup good. Ashton Beals with a nice layup. As Macy Maddox had to find up the court. Tigers starting to get something going here, leading by 9. The biggest lead of the night for Friendship. Lowe from the right wing gets it to Hill. Hill, jab step, driving left side, puts it up with the right hand on the left side. If she goes up left-handed there, she probably makes it, but shot doesn't go through, and here comes Friendship. Cadell finds Maddox in the corner, and Maddox will reset the offense, and she does quite often. To the right wing, it's Cadell once again. Cadell finds Maddox a little late on the pass, but Maddox comes down with it anyway and lays it up and in. Almost stolen away as it was there early, then Maddox snatches it away from the defense.
Tough play by Maddox. Friendship having a lot of success cutting through the middle of the zone.
Friendship in their tighter press now, and Midland Lee breaks it, so it's a one-on-one in transition. Paige Lowe, left-hand layup good with a foul. Paige Lowe has been good tonight. She only scored 7 in the first meeting between these two teams. Where Lowe was a first-team All-District member a season ago, as was Braden Hill.
They both kind of fall under the they've been there forever as well.
Yeah, both very good players. Lowe with the first player in double figures for Midland Lee, now with 10 and 11 after the free throw make.
We needed that bad.
Friendship was up by 11. Now it's back to an 8-point lead. And a bad pass wide out of bounds off the hands of Aaron Gayden. Turnover on the Tigers, I believe the first of the second half.
Yep. So we saw this at the end of the first quarter. Friendship starters get out to a big lead, then they start subbing, and things kind of fall apart. You can't have that happen again here.
You can't have any fall off. 4 of the 5 starters still on the floor for Friendship. Aaron Gayden in the game as well. Left wing, it's Trejo. Back to Hill, who skips it across to Stanford, stepping into a 3, well off the mark. Trejo with the air ball rebound, puts it up and in. That's kind of hard to rebound on the backside there.
Almost like just a really high pass.
Now Godfrey gets it up the court. Maddox behind the defense, lays it up. Lots of contact, no whistle. Put back for Beals is good, though. Ashton Beals with 6 points here in the third, and a whistle. We're getting a foul call on Wilson. It is what we'll get. Very few fouls called in this game.
It's just what? That's the 5th of the game for Friendship?
5th of the game for Friendship. 3rd of the half for the Tigers.
Definitely not Maddox was fouled coming up the court the last trip down.
It did look like it. Maddox almost comes away with a steal. Does get a deflection. Tigers lead by 8. Right side, it's Hill. Skipped across. Trejo for 3. Good for Salma Trejo on the skip pass. Trejo now has 10 points fairly quietly.
2 threes.
Gayden helps Friendship break the press. Wilson driving baseline, puts it up, in a hard foul by Hill. Hill thought she got ball, but You're never going to get that call, even if you get the ball, because she swiped from the back of her head all the way across the body.
Yeah, and was coming across the lane. Like you're only getting that call if you're straight up and down. But
Yeah, and really, she was there in time to take the charge if she wanted to. But
yeah, Trejo, 5 quick points, got Midland Lee back to 5.
Wilson puts up the shot, and it goes through on the free throw attempts. Madison Wilson, a good free throw shooter on the season. At 71%.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Tigers as a team are tied for the best free throw percentage in school history. That's
over and back. She was completely over as Fungi had both feet over when she passed. If she would have thrown it when she was splitting the line, that's not over and back. But then she took the other foot across, and that made it over and back.
I don't think she ever saw that line, the half-court line. Yeah, Tigers tied for the best season in school history free throw percentage, although I'm sure they've fallen a little bit below that since today they've struggled a little bit.
Godfrey looking for a backside pass and just zips it right into the hands of a Midland Lee defender. It was Stanford, and she comes the other way, gets fouled, trying to take it coast to coast. I think they're going to get it on the floor here. And it goes against Aaron Gayden.
Yeah.
Gayden gets her first personal. 14th foul against Friendship, so a few more fouls this half called. It was on the floor. Hill finds Trejo in the corner. Trejo guarded by Gayden. Gets it back out top to Stanford. Maddox with a great deflection and a steal. Her fourth. Maddox has been fantastic on defense tonight. Finds Gayden. Transition three. Left it short. Godfrey almost had the rebound, but couldn't haul it down. A minute and a half to play in the third. 38-31. Friendship with a lead. Left wing Stanford. Maddox basically daring her to shoot from out there, but she doesn't. Back out top to Hill. Fungi to the left side. And back out to the right. It swung around. Trejo driving baseline, and she...
They're going to get a push on Madison Wilson, I think.
A tough one on Wilson. It was probably,
I believe it's Gayden.
It is Gayden, and it's her second foul.
Getting drive by, you just have to keep those hands up. I think it was just a little bit. She lowered them, and I don't know. What probably not a foul in the first half, but it is one here.
Inbound goes to Lowe. Tigers asleep on defense. Paige Lowe lays it up and in easily. Friendship looking to go the other way, and then Cassandra Aylott not paying attention to the midcourt line. She had both feet across and steps over and back.
That line has killed people tonight.
It's been three tonight. You don't normally see it like that, but three over and backs on just kind of silly plays.
Aylott hasn't looked totally comfortable back on the court after an absence.
No, you can tell there's a little rust there. 50 seconds to go. Tigers by 5, 38-33. Friendship is led by as many as 11 in the game. 11 in this quarter. Hill drives in, and a bailout foul called for Braden Hill.
Yeah, who is that going to be on?
As Hill just lost her footing, but they call it against Diamond Washington, which didn't even think she was that close to the play.
I couldn't see if she maybe slid over.
Backside.
Inbound pass goes to Trejo, who gets it deflected. It goes back into the backcourt, but you have to
tip that.
You have to have full possession. Okay. Now a scoop shot by Braden Hill, a little bit wild, misses it. Low with the offensive board and the offensive putback for Paige Lowe. She's got 15 in the game. Tigers lead down to 3. 20 seconds left. Gayden skips it across to Maddox, and the Tigers break the press. Macy Maddox looks at going into the paint. Friendship going to play for the final shot. Into the high post. Washington kicks it to Maddox. Maddox amongst three players, puts it up with the left hand and somehow gets it to go through. Macy Maddox with a fantastic shot. And there's the third quarter buzzer.
Settles everything down a little bit.
A little bit, and the Tigers will carry a 5-point lead into the fourth. 40-35, Friendship leads. You're listening to Tigers basketball on Double T 97.3.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
I don't know if it's his headset.
Hey, welcome back to Midland Lee High School. Alongside Zach Logston, I'm Joyce Woodman. It's Friendship Tigers basketball and Double T 97-3. The Friendship Girls in the front end of our doubleheader, leading at 40-35 over Midland Lee as we start the fourth quarter. Mason Maddox and Friendship start with the basketball. Maddox driving right side, kick out to Cassandra Awat. Awat into the paint, back out to Maddox. Now Wilson to Maddox once again. Driving left side and kick out to Gayton. Thinks about three. Lots of drives and kicks for Friendship, trying to get the defense off guard. Wilson dumps it off to Washington and stolen away. Washington couldn't handle the pass. Friendship with another turnover.
Maybe overpassing there. I think Wilson could have just taken a right-handed layup.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Straightaway three for Trejo, good. As Salma Trejo, it's her second three of the night. She's got 13, and another steal by Midland Lee. Back with the basketball, Hill driving in, and tons of contact, but no whistle. It looked like Washington had position, but never went down for the charge. Just kind of got run over. So, weird play. It's one of those that there's so much contact, you gotta call
be a
something.
block or a charge, yeah.
But ball goes out of bounds off of Midland Lee. So Tigers maintaining a 2-point lead at the moment, 40-38. Maddox, a skip pass across. Gayden thinks about three, drives, and then gets held on the arm by Braden Hill.
That's a good up fake by Gayden. And Hill just had to, and that's three on Hill, so that's something to watch.
Keep an eye out for it.
Not a lot of fouls at all. I mean,
there's only
three
team
on
fouls
one player
against Lee in the second half. Godfrey inbounds to Gayden to Godfrey and back to Gayden. 6:39 to play. Out top, it's Awat. Awat looking to drive, now dribbles it off her leg, and a foul called on Trejo as Awat was trying to go back to the basketball that she lost, and Trejo just kind of grabbed it. That's the first on Trejo, the fourth team foul. Still have not hit the bonus at all tonight. Tigers are one foul away from that. Inbound goes to Gayden, who fakes the handoff to Maddox. Nice crossover into the paint, now back out to Maddox. Tigers having trouble finding any room inside the defense. Pull-up jumper for Gayden, off the mark. There's been a bit of a settle there. Ball still pinballing around, and back comes Midland Lee. Ball still loose. A deflection by Gayden. Lowe comes away with it, and Godfrey throws it away. Loose ball all over the place. Now a drive inside. Lowe can't get it to go. Offensive board. Perkins misses the putback, and Wilson loses it out of bounds off her foot.
That's one of the craziest stretches of 30 seconds I think I've ever seen. I mean, just a pinball machine of a minute.
Yeah, that's exactly the best way to describe it. It's like everybody had brick hands for just a moment there. See if it settles in a little bit. One of the five starters on the floor for Friendship. Ball goes over into the backcourt. Trejo tracks it down. Beals guarding Trejo. Tight defense. Awat will take on Hill, who just received the handoff. It's a 40-38 game. Tigers by 2, 5:35 to play. Hill gets a high screen. Kick out to Trejo. Corner three on the way. Good for Salma Trejo, who's been in fuego for the last few minutes. She has just given Midland Lee a lead, and then Tigers lose it out of bounds on a pass that Cassandra Awant couldn't handle.
Trejo hasn't even hit the rim.
No. She has been fantastic. So Midland Lee had a chance to extend their lead. 41-40, 5:16 to play. Lowe has been fairly quiet as of late. It hasn't needed to be loud. Perkins back out to Trejo. Trejo's been really hot from beyond the arc. They're not going to let her get any more looks. Hill from the right wing to Perkins, looking to go high-low, but it's not there. Riley Lowe, the freshman, hands off to Hill. Hill into the paint, kicks it to Trejo again. This one way over the rim, but Lowe with the offensive board, and Wilson fouls her on the way back up.
Trejo still hasn't hit the rim yet, but Wilson just out of position there and really didn't have any recourse but to foul.
Now Tigers get away with one as Trejo had another open look, but it was a good foul for Addison Wilson, who's only got 2 in the game. She struggles with foul trouble some games. First free throw is up and good for Paige Lowe, who's having herself a night. 16 points for Lowe, 16 for Salma Trejo. Those are the 2 leading scorers in the game. Tigers are led by Aubrey Godfrey with 10. He's been fairly quiet in the second half, only 2 second-half points. Second one on the way for Lowe is good. He's got a very robotic type of free throw action.
Number 30,
Rodana Fungi steps back into the game for Perkins. Tigers with their 5 starters on the floor. Maddox, Beals, Cadell, Godfrey, and Wilson. 43-40. Lee with the lead. Beals gets it to Maddox. Goes back towards the middle of the floor. Beals has it once again, back to Maddox. Up the court to Cadell. A wide open 3 for her. Off the mark. Beals fighting for the rebound, but stripped away by Braden Hill. Up the court to Fungi, who can't handle it, but tracks it back down. Tigers have had some loose ball opportunities, but they're not getting on. Wide open down low. Lowe gets a easy layup on the Hill assist.
6 for Hill so far.
And it's a 5-point lead for Midland Lee. Hill steals it away again. Transition layup. She pulls right through Aubrey Godfrey, so Hill just picked up her 4th foul of the game.
That's huge. There's still 4 minutes. I mean, it feels like we're getting into the nitty-gritty, but there's still 4 full minutes.
Yes, there are. And that was not a wise play by Braden Hill off the steal.
No, all the momentum in the world on their side. They could work it around and get a good shot.
I mean, all she's got to do is move over a little bit. Because Godfrey was set up for forever there. He just runs straight through it. Timeout call. I believe this was Friendship's timeout. It's a full timeout.
This feels a lot like the first half when Friendship extends the lead out. And then, you know, you start subbing in and the bench, I don't know, you don't want to say they weren't ready or anything like that, but the bench comes in and immediately they start turning over. And it's not like it's just the bench. That last pass was Macy Maddox trying to throw it way too far across the court.
The starters have been on the floor most of the second half, and they're struggling. This has been Friendship just kind of having some mental lapses here in the second half. This match is the biggest lead of the night for Midland Lee at 5 points, 45-40, as we've got 4:04 to play here in the 4th quarter. Tigers have led by as many as 11 in the 3rd quarter, but that lead diminished quickly. And Midland Lee with all the momentum. Tigers need to hit some shots on the other end, get that momentum going. One number to watch out for, always watch out for, is the 51-point mark. When the Tigers have scored more than 50 points over the last 3 years, Friendship is 75-4. A crazy number. When scoring less than 50 over the last 3 years, they're just 9-17. This year, those numbers are 25-2 and over, and just 3-2 when held to 50 or less. So Friendship's got 4 minutes to score 11 points to reach that mark and see if it holds true tonight.
And hopefully allow Midland Lee to less than 6.
Well, we're going to have to see. Ashlyn Cadell Up the court, Wilson finds Maddox. Tigers break the press easily that time. Beals, wide open three, good straight away for Ashton Beals. As a defensive breakdown by Midland Lee. Now Hill gets the pass up the court to Lowe. Page Lowe this time, gets it deflected and stolen away. A huge steal by Aubrey Godfrey. And the Tigers a chance to tie it up or take the lead. It's 45-43, Midland Lee, 3:33 to play here in the fourth. Maddox to Wilson on the right side. Beals was open in the corner, but they didn't find her. Maddox backside cut, gets it down low. She'll find Beals from the corner this time. Three on the way, no good. Fungi comes down with it, and Wilson tries to tie her up, but steps away from the foul. Up the court to Lowe, Paige Lowe, that is. Now back it out. Hill will reset the offense. 3:04 to play. Midland Lee leads by 2, 45-43. Beals guarding Hill. She'll start to run the offense, driving baseline. A tough shot put up. Cadell with the defense, but Friendship doesn't come away with a rebound. Fortunately, it's deflected out of bounds off of Midland Lee. No one's blocking out down there, and almost cost him.
And you also see with Fungi and Lowe in the game for Midland Lee, they definitely have a substantial size advantage.
No doubt. Tigers are used to playing with a size deficit, though. Tigers easily break the press again. They found something there on a press break offense. Maddox start up the offense. Getting a high screen from Godfrey. Gets her down low on the pick and roll, puts it up, and a jump ball called. That ball was not tied up long enough to get a jump ball call. She got it through the whistle and got a shot still up. So yeah, either you call a foul or don't call it a jump ball there. I think that's exactly what Coach Hilliard's arguing right now, because it wasn't tied up long enough. Now Braden Hill gets it deflected out of bounds off of Ashton Beals. Good hustle play there. Now Midland Lee with another set spot on the opposite side of the goal. 45-43. Lady Rebels leading with 2:22 to play in the fourth. Richard pressing once again. It's the tight press as Cadell misses the assignment and doesn't trap the sideline. Up the court, Fungi, a chance to get a layup, but she misses it, and Tigers come away with a rebound. Cadell guarded by Stanford. Down low to Godfrey. No one guarding her there. Now Paige Lowe closes in. Back out to Maddox. Maddox into the high post. Wilson finds Maddox. He passes up on the three, drives baseline, but there was help there. Cadell wide open three straight away. Too strong off back iron. A great look. And Cadell whistled for a foul, trying to stop the run from Braden Hill. Now Hill will go to the line for free throws. Our first 1-and-1 free throws of the night. That was Ashlyn Cadell's.
They haven't picked up on it. Yeah, okay, now they got it.
You weren't going to help him out?
No, I didn't feel any real inclination.
That's Cadell's first foul of the night. 85-43.
Can I get an administrator to the table?
147.
Administrator to the table.
Getting some sort of issue. I think we're getting an issue with parents coming down to the floor level.
Not sure. Can't have that.
No. The official came over. The 1-and-1 free throws front end is missed and ball knocked out of bounds.
Oh, I don't know how you call that off the dock.
Well, it's either an over the back or off of Midland Lee. That's a tough one.
I just thought she just poked it out from Godfrey's hands.
But Godfrey seemed frustrated with the call. Nonetheless, Midland Lee with another possession. Hill inbounds to Lowe, breakdown, but a missed layup for Paige Lowe. It was wide open. Tigers blew the defense, but Lowe blew the layup. Chance for the lead or a tie here. 90 seconds to go. Tigers trail by 2. Down low, Godfrey working against Paige Lowe. Puts it up in the end. Aubrey Godfrey, who's been fantastic tonight. She's got 12, and the Tigers have tied her up at 45 apiece.
Set that up for a while, going over the left shoulder. That time she fakes it, goes back the other way.
1:18 to go, 1:13 to go now. Stanford crosses Beals over, goes in, and Aubrey Godfrey was there on the defense straight up. If she goes down, it's an easy charge, but I think the fact that she stayed up made the official want to call a blocking foul.
It's not a foul. That's not a foul. She didn't, I mean, Stanford had no control of the ball. The ball went to the right of the backboard. I mean, it
was really good help defense by Godfrey, who just picked up her third.
Yes, you're right. If she falls, it's likely a charge, but I just don't know. I mean, with what we've
Stanford
seen.
knocks down the first free throw. Yeah, it's just one of those things in basketball. You sell it, the official's going to call it. Even though there's nothing you were supposed to sell there. Stanford misses the second. So it's a 1-point Midland Lee lead.
Got a 4-on-3 here.
Cadell coming up the court. No one's stopping her, so she floats it up and in with the right hand. Ashlyn Cadell gives the Tigers a lead at 47-46.
The rare two-pointer for Cadell.
Doesn't happen that often. Now Maddox deflects the pass and it's stolen away. Beals up the court to Maddox to Cadell. Layup. Good. It's set on the rim for a little bit. And the Tigers have a 3-point lead with 38 seconds to go. This has completely turned around in the last minute and a half. Friendship turning some defense into offense.
And you're exactly right, as they usually do.
Wow.
That was a lazy, you can't make lazy passes ever, right? But under a minute, if you're Midland Lee, you cannot make a lazy pass against this press. And I think Maddox tips it, Beals gets it, back to Maddox, up to Cadell, who now has 2 back-to-back 2-point field goals. Not really her game, but you'll absolutely take those 4 points to give you a 3-point lead.
And that one was, that was a little bit close to not going through.
That was on the rim for a while.
It sat on the rim. The layup looked a little strong as it just kind of sat there and then fell the right direction, at least the right direction for the Tigers, and went through. We're in a timeout right now. Gives us an opportunity to remind you this is a doubleheader tonight, so stay with us. After the girls game is over, we'll have the Friendship boys game. They'll take on Midland Lee and try to avenge, I think what Coach Page would tell you was one of their worst losses this year. Friendship had a 13-point lead against Midland Lee earlier this year and ended up falling in a game to the Lee Rebels, and that was one that the Tigers could still be sitting in first place in the district without that loss. Right now, Friendship sitting in a fourth place spot, so we'll have that game for you coming up a little bit later. Right now, a tight one as Friendship leads it by 3, 49-46, 38 seconds left.
Just something to monitor. Friendship, the lowest free throw shooting percentage on the court is Ashton Beals, 68%. Everybody else over 70.
Not bad at all.
80 for Cadell. So I imagine they'll keep the ball in Macy Maddox's hands.
And Friendship will still show press here. It's not the worst thing if you foul. You don't want to. You don't want to give up 3 points, but it's not the worst because they're still down by 3.
Nobody's guarding Braden Hill.
Break the press. Hill is guarded now by Maddox. 30 seconds to go. Tigers by 3. Hill calling out the play. Getting the high screen from low, trying to turn the corner. She'll take it into the body of Maddox. Layup no good. Rebound tracked down by Godfrey and gets it to Maddox. 16 seconds left. There's fouls to give. Yeah, there's 13 seconds left. They've got a foul, and they don't still. Finally, with 9 seconds left, there's the 6th foul of the game on Midland Lee.
When Godfrey got the ball in the corner, I understand not fouling there, but the minute that Maddox gets that ball, I think 22 seconds left, Midland Lee has to foul because, as you said, they're still not even in the bonus.
Can't turn it over here. Now Wilson will catch it, and an immediate foul by Perkins with 7.4 left. So that much time coming off the clock may end up hurting Midland Lee. This will send Addison Wilson, though, to the line for free throws. Not officially icing it, but really can make it a difficult task for Midland Lee with just one make here at the stripe.
Wilson, 68 for 96 from the line on the season, a 71% free throw shooter.
But we're going to have to wait a little bit for that as we've got a full timeout by Midland Lee. The last foul, by the way, called on Haley Perkins, for anyone interested. This is a quite a tight basketball game between these two teams, Zach, and it really comes down to making a free throw here because it's going to be tough for Midland Lee without a steal to get back in this game outside of that.
Yeah, and I mean, really outside of Trejo, not a lot of three-point shooters for Midland Lee. Now, you're going to have a lot of three-point takers with 9.7 seconds left.
Everybody's a three-point shooter at that point.
Three-point shooter then, but really, you just have to. You can't give up anything free to Trejo, who's been unconscious. Now, her last shot missed by 5-ish feet. So But, you know, you make these 2 free throws and it's all but done.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that's exactly where you're at right now. You make free throws and game is essentially over. Never say never, but that would kind of put it where we're at right now. 7.44, the exact time left on the clock. 49-46. Addison Wilson shooting free throws. Try to ice the game. Others on the floor for Friendship: Ashlyn Cadell, Macy Maddox, Aubrey Godfrey, and Ashton Beals. Stanford, Perkins, Lowe, Trejo, and Hill, the 5 on the floor for the Midland Lee Lady Rebels.
First one's always the toughest.
Front end of the 1-and-1 on the way for Wilson is perfect. Didn't touch the rim at all. Addison Wilson with a big make. The senior 3 for 3 at the stripe tonight. She's got 7 points. Second free throw up and good as well. Nice water in the veins for Addison Wilson.
Friendship.
Make them, well, they can't roll in the ball. Hill for 3, in and out, no good, and that is the buzzer. Tigers sneak out of Midland with a win, and look at the number up there. 51 points, never fails.
Clockwork.
51-46. The Tigers are victorious in the final regular season game, and win number 29 on the year, one away from the team record of 30 wins in a season that came, well, 1 season ago. Friendship 29-4 on the year, 9-1 to close out a very
we got over 50.
Impressive district. And Coach Hilliard comes over and tells us, look, we got over 50. We noticed, Coach.
It's incredible. It really is.
It's a number. It's a number that has been extremely key for this team somehow. And they're bringing out the gold ball. We're about to see it. We'll take a break. Be back with the post-game show to wrap this one up momentarily. You're listening to Friendship Tigers Basketball on Double T 97.3.